Alright, what's going on, everybody? Let's get started here. I'm not even logged in yet. Let's get that fired up and going. Yep, speaking of select, like, yeah, I still don't have mine set up yet since the move, so I'm still relying on the old phone. And, you know, if I wasn't playing on Xbox, it would actually be more of a problem. But since we're on the Xbox, no, I don't want to pin to last. What am I doing here? Unpin. I want to quit the game. The auto start kills the game. Alright, just to get started off, folks, for those of you watching in the future, and people that are going to join inevitably later and be like, I thought you were running gunning. We're going to start out mule deer gunning first for just a little bit. I want to shoot like 15 or 20 mule deer, you know, because I've been on a roll and I just want to keep rolling, you know? So we're going to do that. And then we're going to switch over to actually, before I do anything, because I literally just logged on here, let's make sure the NAT site's open. That way we can be successful with our multiplayer. Yeah, it's been a while. Trying to think. Oh, there's been quite a bit of stuff, actually. It's called a while since Christmas. I'm on the same mule deer grind that you probably saw me doing last time, bro. It's been brutal. Other than that, no, I've got a ton of good stuff. I mean, as far as like wild caught dimes and rares, man, like Lord willing, we'll see the trophy lodge tonight, and so far so good. I got one of my dream trophies in the 2026 launch, and that's an albino wildebeest. So that's in there. I just hope multiplayer's not hassled tonight like it normally is. So, even thinking otherwise is kind of crazy, but I'll go a text message. I'm reading it. Bad about that. When I'm streaming, I should shut those off. But here we are. I just lost chat. Hang on. What in the world? Is my phone shut off? What's going on here? Do you know an estimate or of kills or kill? I just lost chat. Hang on. Is it in the top right? Yeah. That's kill count right now. That is the active kill count. Granted, it could be a plus minus 20, admittedly, but ballpark, it's pretty close. Triple checking, making sure I actually grab that guy. Again, we're 4,000 plus kills in. You know, I've hit this zone far too many times, so it's just like they're all blended together. It's like, I don't know. Hey, there's a dilute. That's a rare. What's up with your YouTube? Why are they not happy? Tell them trying to be happy? That usually helps. That's what I do when I see angry people. Well, I was hoping he'd drop a lot sooner, but he's down. Doing a little bit of grinding before we get into renegading should motivate me, obviously, to do some renegading. Or YouTube keeps buffering. Boom. It's another dilute. But hey, rares are rare. I'd love to see one of those tonight. Because again, for me, these things that I'm grinding for, they kind of don't count in my brain. Because I'm like, I didn't earn this. I just shot a bunch of things repeatedly. albino that I found on your I'm trying to remember, because this isn't a boastful statement, it's just honest. I've shot so many things since then. Trying to think, was it a whitetail? Like fogly, like somewhat remember. I mean, I knew like that. I knew to guess a whitetail because I was like, I'm pretty sure it was whitetail, if I remember. I see in my brain, my memory, I thought it was New England. I didn't know it was Rev. Needing to move that ground bind just a little bit closer to the tent so I can actually have a chance of popping these guys too. But I'll worry about that in the next grind stream. Even though I'm grinding right now. This is more of a like, I wanted to do a couple run throughs and then move out, you know? Well, that's the secret, kid. Whitetail are never happy. You know, I should shoot this guy 30-06. No, my luck, he's technically a diamond. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, do not take this as... Don't take it and run with it. And I'm saying that because if you ruin your map with this or whatever, don't blame me. But I've been having better luck lately not worrying about herd management. Rick's told me last night, and he was like, stop... Well, he didn't say stop herd management, but he was like, I would shoot all of them. That's what I've been doing. He spawned 2, literally. So I gave up the mule deer grind at 4,000 kills, and I've kind of made a recent return to it. And, the new update came out. They added new mule deer rares. That's what kind of prompted me to want to start doing it again. Anyway, here we are, 360 kills in at this point from that end point. And well, I'm just over the, especially with mule deer on ASCII Ridge, the finesse of it. And Rick's since I have shot, I'm pretty sure he's shot 2 mule deer great ones since I started again, which is insane. So I'm like, yeah, I don't care anymore. If it's got horns, I'm shooting it. Which also, in hindsight, makes it way more fun. And back in the day, there was no idea of herd management, and so that's how I like started grinding, and I was super successful prior to that. Honestly, great one grinding was fun then, and then it stopped being fun for me whenever I started herd managing. So maybe I should just stop herd managing. That said, you can potentially, like, as far as respawns go, like shoot too many in the sense like it's not gonna necessarily break anything, but like, you know, it can make respawn super wonky. That said, current state of the game, if you're shooting more than 20 per run through, like, kudos to you. But for me personally, and here's the thing, I spawned 2 supers off this grind. Like, that's what made the red deer grind for me so much fun, because I was shooting so many red deer, and like, hindsight, that was pretty successful grind. Was it a longer grind? Sure, but again, I mean, when you're shooting, oh, I spooked him. Whenever you're shooting, you know, 100 mule deer per run through, you kind of don't care. And what's insane is I've still not financially recovered from the reset, from the Great Reset. Got 3 million in the bank, but as we find out, like, that goes fast, especially when there's new maps, 16 tents, 16 tripods, 16 everything. What's insane is needing thousands of rounds of ammunition, hundreds of time changes. Honestly, the in-game economy is kind of like a good spot, because like, you need it. Like, you need to grind for money at times. It's kind of fun still. No, absolutely not. No, for me, I'm in my head, and this is why I always talk about wanting to have all great ones, or all species as great ones, because um I like to passive grind. And so if I see a level 1 animal, I'm not going to shoot it, you know? But everything else, it's dying. And like, well, if everything had great ones, why, I mean, I could just great one grind doing exactly what I like doing best, and that's just run around, shoot stuff. Alright, can we get 10 more on the board, and then we'll go start sniffing out some diamonds and rares? 339, it's a good start though, man. One equipment setup on a map will bankrupt you, but... And that's what's crazy, like... It adds up quick. I try to tell people too when they're new to like the game and like Great One Ground, I'm like, you need a lot of money, like insane amount. Nobody ever talks about it. It's like the biggest disservice, because it's like, no, you need an insane amount of money. Why? Because every time you change time, it costs way more money. Eventually, it's just like, yeah, if you don't have a lot of money, like, you're gonna have a bad time grind, because then you got to go start grinding money just to grind. Been there. All right, last run through on these mule deers for tonight. Unless, of course, multiplayer is just trash, and then we'll just keep shooting muleys. Not bad, folks. Hang on. I missed my own conversation. So while you're solo, oh, change in time. Can't be as bad as PC. Well, I'll say this, and it's truthful even now. Like the number one reason I'd never transitioned over to PC is like, and obviously I don't. We're not as active as we used to be, you know, family life and all that. But you know, back in the day, like there was a serious concern in the sense that like, I despite all the crud, I do know what I'm doing with this game. And, you know, back in the day, man, it was like, oh, you're hacking. It's like, I can't hack. I'm on console. Everything you see, I got blood, sweat, and tears, you know? And there was a real era where, like, that was very prominent. Where, like, and I don't quite remember some names. Some of them I do. I won't name them. But there were some prominent dudes, like, big guys in the community that were just straight up cheating. And, well, I don't gotta worry about that. Long story short, though, the other side of things, though, at least PC's got actual servers. And that's where the console world's lacking hard. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, that said, my personal opinion, whenever it comes time, like, and you just want money, that's really what you should focus on. And, like, just spend some time, like, literally doing, like, don't taxidermy nothing, don't look for trophies, you know, set time super early in the morning, and then, like, I would go to, like, Emerald Coast or something like that and just start hammering everything that I saw. Rinse and repeat until you have the amount of desired money. Now that said, too, if you're like really down bad, I would highly recommend whatever it is. If you have a grind set up, grinding, depending on what species, whitetail, you're not making money, you're losing money. Pigs, you're losing money. Well, no, pigs, you're making money. Wolves, you're making money. Mule deer, it's fence, on the fence. Depends on what kind of shot you make and all that fun stuff. As of right now, I do not make money on the mule deer grind. I lose money. Red deer grind, excellent money grind. Long story short, there's a lot of money grinds that you can do. And, yeah, well, and that's where, too, like, great ones have kind of skewed some of, you know, what's going on in the game, I feel like, sometimes. And, yeah, man, like, you want a Melocroc. Yeah, grind for it, dude. Set up a grind. You can set up a grind for anything. Technically. The only one I would argue that you can't set up a grind for, even though it's technically a grind in of itself, is ducks. That said, you can get super duper extreme about it too, where you can micromanage your cash flow up to the point of, like, you're using soft point ammo, you know, in certain situations. Like the 243 is a highly effective weapon and the ammo's totally free on it. In fact, if you want a really fun way to make money, it's slow, but a fun way to make money is take your 243 out to Salt's Visor or something like that. Have insane amount of free, 243 soft point ammo on you. And then shoot every duck or goose that you see flying, because it's free. It's free cash at that point. Sure, you'll get $200 maybe per, but you know what I mean. You shoot 100 geese, and it's pretty easy to do 243. And again, ammo is free, so you can have infinite amounts of it. And yeah, do that a lot. Not only will it help improve your aim, you'll get free money doing that. Well, that's why for me, like, if I want like extra cash on the side, I 100% do that. Still to this day, like, I would recommend a day one player doing that. And I would recommend, if you're needing money, yeah, run out there with that 243 soft points. Watch the birds fall. Pro tip: the pro that taught me that tip was Jaxie Beard. Back in the day. And what's funny is comparing Call of the Wild now to what it was, it's very different in a lot of ways. But that's the one thing that still kind of carries over from then. Like that still is, whether it's 2018 or 2026, that still holds true. A lot of other information does not. All right, so we're just gonna, this right here, the mule deer not being there, we're gonna go give this up. We're going straight to the run and gun. I'm talking about trophies and all that fun stuff. Let's get one. We're gonna pop the any button and see what we get. I don't have a great run and gun loadout currently. Game's just gonna crash. That's cool. Don't worry, PC players. It happens on Xbox too. Okay, I don't know how to say this without it sound like I'm criticizing you, so I don't want you to think I'm criticizing you, because I'm not. But typically, and I'm saying this because it was true of me, I hated, with a passion, small game in this game. Like, I hated it. I hated ducks, rabbits, all of it, right? And then one day, it kind of came down, I realized it clicked for me. It came down to a skill issue. Because I couldn't hit the darn things, man. Could never see them, couldn't find them. And then once I got kind of used to, like, oh, there's the rabbits, there's, and then I could actually hit them, like, it became like my favorite thing. That said, I don't know. You could just hate ducks. And it's okay. You can hate ducks. Alright, well, we're back on ASCII for now. I'm okay with that. Honestly, ASCII Ridge is a pretty decent map when you're not trying to grind mule deer on it 4,000 times. There's many diamonds on this map that I do not have, so if we're able to actually stay here, I'm curious to see what we can actually find. Now what I'm gonna do is just kind of follow the waypoint, and we're gonna see what you can see along the way. For me, this is fun because it completely randomizes everything. I'm not just like, I don't like, I'm gonna obviously check like water zones as I get there, but like there's so much stuff in transition, you really don't know what you're gonna run into out there, and that's fun for me, where it's like, who knows what we're gonna see. And for me personally, outside, well, okay, I'd say they're equal, because popping your like first great one, it's pretty awesome. But when you're out here doing exactly what I'm doing right here, and then you just happen to bump into a diamond or a rare, you know, like that's just one of the coolest experiences, because it's just like you're in the middle of nowhere and like there shouldn't be something there, but yet there is. And here we are, you know, it's happened like maybe 10 times total my entire, you know, Call of the Wild career. And, well, chasing that dragon, man. Running gun can be difficult. I don't know. I've been doing it so long, for me, like, I just know. And I talked about this last night, but funny enough, back in the day, run and gun was considered controversial. This was a controversial playstyle in the sense it was seen as somewhat advantageous because it wasn't, you know. Oh, is this guy mad at me? You don't want this smoke, son. Those are cute little horns you got on there. Homie just took a 300 to the face like it was nothing. Anyway. Because back in the game, like, or back in the day, the game was definitely a lot slower paced, you know? And, like, I think the playstyle was kind of this. Obviously, it'd be a lot, like, most people would be, you know, oh, we're spooking stuff, let's calm down, you know? Meanwhile, I'm like, alright, it's just a female elk, I don't care, you know? But now I feel like run and gun might be kind of the norm. I don't know. I feel like, honestly, the actual vast majority of Call of Duty players actually don't even, like, aren't technically part of the community, as weird as that sounds. As big as the community is, I guarantee the majority of Call of Duty players aren't even part of it. And to me, I think that says something, because it's just that good of a game, you know, to where, like, these people just, like, I don't know, they're just enjoying the game, man. I actually know several people that play the game that just have no idea about anything of it. It's just play the game, you know? Now that said, I am very strategic when I'm running gun. There is a strategy to it. It's not senseless. It's not a, you know, not just bumbling through here. So, on ASCII Ridge, if you'll notice on the map, the lighter colored areas are actually open areas, right? You can see we're kind of in the thick forest. Obviously, we're in the thick forest. Well, you can see where I've got my waypoint at. Not only is it by a lake, we've got a vast, big, open area. And I'm hoping, even though I'm being loud, stuff that's running away from me is going to go towards this open area. Hopefully, we can funnel it in there. And again, worst case scenario, let's say there's a trophy lifetime at this lake right now and I spook it, it's going to run in this open area. And for me, now I don't know, I was thinking about this the other day, because like, I was like, man, I don't know about the whole skill issue accuracy thing. Like, because on one hand I do make a lot of bad shots, especially when like mule deer grinding, but on the other hand I take a lot of shots that I would absolutely never recommend anybody taking. That, and I've played the game so long, when stuff runs away from me, like, I know just about how far they're gonna go, like, where I need to stop, you know, and actually be careful, that kind of thing. But what makes the game fun still is the fact that it's still, even for, like, this hard, like, I'm gonna screw stuff up, because, well, they did a good job making it like that. But, like, you know, when it comes to run a gun, it's important, like, you can be strategically loud. And if we'll notice, like, I'm literally not walking through the grass and stuff, because if you can watch the sound meter, once we start walking through the grass, it'll start popping even louder. And it's the little things like that you got to pay attention to. Wind is pretty big because, honestly, a lot of the animals in the game are pretty dumb. Hang on. Is that a rare bear? We're gonna find out. See, for me on the run and gun, that's where it's like super useful for me, because I can shoot animals on the run. So it's like, why wouldn't I, you know, spook them out in the open? And you know, you guys that have watched me mule deer grind have seen, well, sometimes that ends very poorly. That looks rare to me, folks. Wait, is blonde rare? Or is that uncommon? Hang on. Blonde is rare. Let's go. Again, OG's brain, like, okay, blonde, not rare, rare, not rare, rare. It's rare. Let's go. We're going to the 2026 launch tonight with another rare. FPS, man, I appreciate you stopping by, man. Alright, well, technically mission accomplished. I guess I should head back and start shooting mule deer again. But technically we just got started. Should be pheasants somewhere over here. All of them tiny. Wait, what was that? Nope. Got it. That's actually a nice goose. Lucky do all the heavy. Well, he's not broken currently. Now this part is what I like to call letting the hunt take me where it's taken me. Gold. Diamond's 8.59. He had a pretty big estimate on him. Anyway, but this is where this dude's body was. We're going to keep heading this line, this direction, see where it takes us. Look, we got another clearing. I may follow it down to the river. Got some bison zones down there. I do not have a diamond bison yet, and who knows what's down there. Man, we're just making all the moose mad tonight, huh? Oh, she's on it. She's on that. She's standing on business. For real, for real. That's how I found out my headset was on backwards. It's like, man, it sounds like those geese are right on top of me and I don't see them over here at all. And then... Yeah, of course I whistle because, well, I didn't see anything with my eyes, so I might as well, if I don't see it, spook it out to where I can, or at least where I know where it's at. Really what I've done is my playstyle is I've totally taken advantage of the spook mechanics and I kind of use it in my favor. Sounds like there's geese in the water down here. So I slowed my roll. Oh, there was, and they're flying now. Oh, hang on, what was that guy? I got distracted by the elk. That's a big bison. I'm gonna follow that track. I wonder where in the world these guys are going. Hopefully she doesn't try to attack me either. Where's our big boy at? I just want to see him to make sure he's worth chasing down more. The fact that I don't see him is worrisome. He must be leading the pack. Good news is they're getting ready to run into some open space up here. Hopefully I can get at him. I just got kicked. Oh, I got literally kicked. Really? Man, I was hoping that was going to be my first ever 5 medium. Spice. I just got kicked. We'll never know now. We'll never know. So I'm going to use this opportunity to use the restroom. I'll search up again. So much better. Oh, we're on an SRP. Let's go. Everybody's in my favorite spots. Well, well, well. If it isn't... Yeah, I fired Rick's. This is my favorite spot. You know, that's a really weird sentence, Statler. He shot too many great ones. So what was in the box? Statler. Ooh. Ooh, is that a bear? No, it's a... Never mind. It's an elk. I got so excited. I was like, is that another rare bear? What was in the box? gonna double check, make sure this isn't an albino. I'm pretty sure it's just a gray. I'm gonna shoot that guy. No, I think 181. Oh no, didn't they just change? I don't know. I'm gonna shoot him and see what dime is for Bighorn, because that guy looks big. But like I said, I think 181 might be dime for them. I'm gonna shoot that guy. Nah, I'm not gonna shoot him. I lied. Kind of a rough time to be hunting SRP. What's in the box, Statler? It's probably just a female, but then again, where there's a female, there might be a male, and who knows? Could be something worth shooting back in there. I have a feeling this mountain lion already spooked, but I want to try something crazy. Well, what I wanted to try to do was shoot at a close-ish range a mountain lion in the head with the 22 truncated, just to see, you know, if I could silently take one out. Of course I'd miss. And if there was turkey over there, that thing spooked him now, so moving on. Get up here. Nobody's checked this lake yet, so I should get up here before anybody else does. It's a pretty active map. Everybody's checking the spots they should be. Still don't have a big Rocky Mountain elk in the 2026 lodge. Wait a minute. What did I shoot? Did I actually hit him? Oh yeah, like he's broken. Now here's the thing. I could have actually hit him with the truncated chrome bullets. If I made a bad shot on him, he would have flown forever, theoretically. And that explains why I didn't see him flying with the rest of his flock. If I did hit him, that's insane. Got blood right here. Yep, sure enough. Max weight. We hit him. I can't believe that. It must have been whenever he was flying through the trees and I Hail Married a couple of those rounds. There he is. That's why we didn't see him. Finger, watch. Come on, be a diamond. That'd be so insane. Ah, it's a big, big, big gold, though. 4.57. Average turkey's going to score 4.4 or something, you know, 4.25 maybe. Click's always annoying to get to, but I need to check it. anything big or rare with that group. Diamond pronghorn. It's like 110 or something like that. I gotta look that up. Just in case he's shooter worthy. 108. Alright, so he's shy. Really big pronghorn though. Speaking of, I actually kind of want to go down in this AO and see what's going on. Man, this map's had the tar hunted out of it. I am really, really kind of going on a limb here. Searching this. It's been a long time since I've been in this valley. Back in the day when Silver Ridge Peaks first came out, it was a primo spot, but it's honestly not that good. But, you know, who knows? This is one of the few areas that's not been explored on this map, it looks like, so who knows? There could be something up here. Oh, it would be a max weight mountain lion track, wouldn't it? Mountain lions are actually kind of hard to track down, because once they start moving, they're like lions. They don't stop moving, and obviously it's kind of thick up here, so even seeing them is going to be tough. Was a scaredy cat, where would I go? what are the odds this guy's a 9 legendary? Pretty slim to none. It's probably just a big 8. But I want to get eyes on him. And it's kind of weird, his tracks just kind of poof vanish. I don't know if he circled back behind us and that's why we're not finding him or what's going on here. I'm going to try to get a hide advantage. Granted, fast traveling here is going to re-spook him if he's near the outpost. Mountain lions have a very good sense of smell and wind's blowing right to them, though. That's a problem. Okay, well, that's not him. Fortunately, I don't have a clue where that thing went. I don't know. I want to check kind of glass the area one more time for that mountain lion because it is kind of weird that nobody's been up here and like, boom, there's a max weight, you know, mountain lion track. Nobody's at my lake. I'm going. What's going on? So far, so good. We've got a rare bear going to the lodge so far, and well, kind of hoping I can put something in there before the end here, but yeah, it's been pretty good. How about yours? Oh man, what kind of injury? Well, that's no good. I've been doing it probably 5 years now. Actually, the biggest estimate bighorn I've seen all night. He still kind of falls short. Oh, honestly. I think as long as you do what you enjoy about it, there's nothing hard about it. If that makes sense. I also say it's not as user-friendly as like Twitch is and stuff like that. Probably should have ditched this map when I noticed that literally everyone was hammering the good spots. Well, alright, man. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Take it easy. Good luck at practice. It's actually great timing. Because, folks, we're going to go ahead and end it right there. Let's go ahead and head on over to the 2025 Lodge and place our brand new rare bear.
So listen, there might be a situation going on at the moment and I could really use your help to check it out.
Okie dokie. Now the question is, where do we put it? Still haven't found my main centerpiece yet. Have no idea what in the world that'll be. It's got to go here in the dining room. Just have it chilling. Alright, folks. We're going to go ahead and color right there. The trophy lodge is starting to look pretty darn good. Looking forward to continuing to fill this guy up in the exact same way there. That's what makes this kind of challenge pretty unique, you know. Everything you see in here has got just the same ways that bear was this evening, and well, there's a long way to go. Like I said, folks, appreciate everybody stopping by. We'll see you guys on the next one.